What is up, ladies? We are on day 4 of abiding over striving, and I know this has hit you guys as hard as it's hit me. This concept, it's everything, and it feels really simple, right? Theoretically, it's like, well, duh, it kind of makes sense, but in practice, it's very difficult, I think, for most of us. So today we're looking at a passage that's very familiar to us. I'm going to read the whole thing in its entirety in a second. Hopefully we're going to look at it from a different lens. This will be super quick. Just want to point out a couple things. So we are in Luke 10:38 through 42. This is the story of Mary and Martha. So it says, as they went on their way, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she went up to him and said, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me." But the Lord answered her, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her." So this passage, there's so many different ways to take this, and it's loaded. Dig into it. I want you guys to look up all the words. What I want to point out today is the fact that we're looking at two people, and it's easy to fall into comparison trap here, right? It's like there's two people, and Mary's better than Martha in this situation, right? I remember I was telling Jamie this recently, when this was preached at me, I always felt like this was two different personality types almost spiritually. It was like you had the doers and you had the B'ers, the ones who were able to just chill, right? And it felt like you had the type A'ers and the type B'ers, right? And I always related to Martha. It was like my 12-year-old self hearing this sermon, I'm like, oh crap, I'm Martha. I don't want to be a Martha, but it's just my lot in life, and I'm a doer. And I even think people had said that over me. I don't know. If that's you today, I just want you to know, this is not Jesus comparing us to other people who are doing it differently. A couple things here. It says, first of all, Jesus never rebukes Mary for the serving. And that serving word, literally translated, it means being obedient to God. It's of the service as in the line of Moses. So this is biblical serving, okay? It even talks about ministry. It's a ministry serving. The serving was good, right? It's that was fine. It was good, right? There was nothing wrong with it. He never rebukes her for it. She is the one that picks up the offense against Mary and brings it to the Lord, right? Mary, on the other hand, it says, when Jesus was talking to Martha, he said, "Martha, Martha, you're anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary," and that necessary word means duty. So it means need, and then it means duty. So, but one thing, you have one job. You have one job here, and Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. That good portion here, he's referring back to Psalms where David writes about, I think it's Psalm 16:5, if you want to look that up. It says, "The Lord is my chosen portion and my cup. You hold my lot. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance." So he's saying hey, we all have a Mary and a Martha within us, right? We can choose the Mary or the Martha, right? We can choose the rest or the strife. And it's as simple as Martha is rooted here in culture, right? People come into her home and she's like, well, I am responsible here. I must serve them. I must feed them. I must do all the things, right, to take care of them. And we get stuck in this rut of serving other people and for the good, right? This is good service. We get stuck in this rhythm of of taking care of these people that we forget. No, our one job is to take care of the Lord, is to minister to the Lord, which Mary has chosen. John 12:1-8. This is your homework after you listen to this, after you read the passage for today. Go to John 12:1-8. Same Mary, right after Jesus raises her brother Lazarus from the dead, Mary is going to go and anoint Jesus' feet with oil, right? She's at his feet. You guys have read this before. She's at his feet. She pours out the ointment, all the year's wages worth of ointment. She's washing it with her hair. She's driven by this realization of the love because she has sat at her feet. We all want to be able to do that, right? She's not allowed to be at the table, yet here she is sitting at the feet of Jesus, washing his feet. She doesn't care what they think because she's so driven by love for him because he's loved her so much. She's received it because she's been sitting with him, receiving it. It's motivating everything Mary does throughout the whole Bible. So go study that, study like what she does next. I think it's fascinating. But what I want you to leave with today is you're not wired like Martha. Okay, you're not wired like Mary. It's no such thing, right? That is within you. We get to choose. Like he says, he lets us choose. He didn't make Martha choose one. He didn't ask Mary to choose one. He said, Mary has chosen. We have the power to choose here. Mary has chosen the good portion, and it will not be taken away from her. He will never ask you not to do that one thing and go do all the other things. That this is the first thing. It's the one thing we must pay attention to. Okay. You guys go be with him today. I'm going to do the same. I hope you guys have an awesome day.